welcome to Tuesday Storytime. Today our theme is Happy Holidays. The holidays are here and I really hope you have enjoyed it thus far. So we've got two books today. We've got Little Rabbit's Kwanzaa, and then we also have Daddy Christmas, Hanukkah Mama. All right, so let's get started. All right, guys, so now we've got Little Rabbit's Kwanzaa. Let's see what Little Rabbit is up to. Little Rabbit was not having a very good Kwanzaa. Being the littlest rabbit in the family wasn't easy. He couldn't remember the names of all the days, and he wasn't allowed to light the candles. His brothers and sisters made wonderful gifts to share. Little Rabbit was too embarrassed to share his gifts. He hated being the youngest. He was always in the way, and everyone told him he was too little to help. The only part of Kwanzaa that he really loved was the big feast called Karamu. This year, he wasn't even going to have that because Grandma Rabbit was sick. She lay in bed all day drinking dandelion tea. Mama Rabbit was so busy taking care of her, she didn't have time to cook. Mama, if Grandma Rabbit is sick, who will make the feast of Karamu? Little Rabbit asked his mother. Shame on you, Little Rabbit. His mama said, Grandma Rabbit is sick and all you can think about is your stomach. You go outside. Little Rabbit hopped out and sat on the big tree stump. He really wanted to go out and talk to Grandma Rabbit. She was very wise. Little Rabbit sat and thought. He thought about all the things his grandma said about Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa is a very special time where we help each other. That's what Grandma Rabbit said. That's it. Little Rabbit jumped up and danced around. I'll bring Grandma Rabbit a special treat for Karamu. That will make her feel better. Little Rabbit hopped down the road. Where are you going so fast, Mama Oriole asked Little Rabbit. I'm going to find a tasty treat for Grandma Rabbit. She's sick, and I want her to have a good Karamu. Little Rabbit hopped away. Mama Oriole didn't know what Karamu was, but she knew Grandma Rabbit. Grandma Rabbit always brought out warm seed cakes and worm pudding when the weather got cold. Poor Grandma Rabbit, said Mama Oriole. I wish there was something I could do to help. Little Rabbit stopped by the side of the path. He looked under some logs to see if he could find something special for Grandma Rabbit. What are you doing, Little Rabbit? Asked the groundhog, sticking his head out of a patch of grass. I'm trying to find a zawadi for Grandma Rabbit. She's sick and I want her to feel better. Little Rabbit hopped off. Groundhog didn't know what a zawadi was, but he knew Grandma Rabbit. She always had time to make little toys for the animals when they were bored. Poor Grandma Rabbit, said Groundhog. I wish there was something I could do to help. Little Rabbit hopped down to the pond. Maybe he could find something pretty for Grandma Rabbit. What are you doing, Little Rabbit? Asked the frogs. I'm looking for something pretty for Grandma Rabbit. She's sick. She should have something pretty to hang on the wall for Kwanzaa time. Little Rabbit scratched an ear and hopped away. The frogs didn't know anything about Kwanzaa time, but they knew Grandma Rabbit. She could paint beautiful pictures and write wonderful poems. Poor Grandma Rabbit, said one of the frogs. I wish there was something we could do to make her feel better. Little Rabbit hopped through the field looking for berries. Where are you going, Little Rabbit? Mama Field Mouse asked. She was dragging all of her children behind her. Grandma Rabbit is sick, said Little Rabbit, and I'm going to make sure she has a good Karamu. I'm going to find as many berries as I can. Little Rabbit looked proud as he hopped through the meadow. Mama Field Mouse didn't know anything about Karamu, but she knew Grandma Rabbit. Grandma Rabbit helped out with the children when Mama Field Mouse had to run errands. Poor Grandma Rabbit, said Mama Field Mouse. I wish there was something I could do to help. Little Rabbit scampered through the trees. Good morning, Little Rabbit, said Papa Squirrel. Why are you sniffing around the trees? I'm looking for something to give to Grandma Rabbit. She's sick and I want her to have a good Kwanzaa. Little Rabbit hopped away. Papa Squirrel didn't know anything about Kwanzaa, but he knew Grandma Rabbit. She always helped him gather nuts in the fall. She even helped him remember where he hid them. Poor Grandma Rabbit, said Papa Squirrel. I wish there was something I could do to help. Little Rabbit spent the whole day trying to find something for Grandma Rabbit. He searched as hard as he could, but he couldn't find anything at all, and he was very sad. I guess I'm too little to do anything. As the sun was setting, he hopped slowly home. When he opened the door, he had a big surprise. Everyone was there. Grandma Rabbit was sitting in the big chair with a huge smile on her face. The frogs had brought pink flowers from the lily pads. Mama and Papa Spider hung them from the ceiling like lanterns. Mama Oriole was conducting a fine chorus of birds. Groundhog brought little toys and gifts for everyone. Mama Field Mouse had gotten together with Mama Possum and Mama Raccoon to make a delicious feast. The air was full of excitement. Mama Rabbit served the plates and Little Rabbit ate until he thought he would burst. After that, Papa Rabbit told funny stories about Rabbit, Anansi the spider, Guinea fowl, and mosquito. The stories made everyone laugh. Then Papa Spider plucked on his web strings. Cricket got out his fiddle, and all of the animals had a wonderful dance. Grandma Rabbit taught everyone a new word, Harambe. She called out as her friends danced. It means let's pull together. We don't need anyone to tell us that, said Papa Squirrel. We already pulled together. Everyone laughed and shouted, Harambe, Harambe, Harambe. When the karamu was over, Little Rabbit sat with his grandma in the big chair. Why are you so sad, Little Rabbit? His grandma asked. Didn't you have a good time? Yes, Little Rabbit said quietly, but I wanted to do something special for you. Grandma Rabbit just laughed. You silly rabbit, she said, hugging Little Rabbit tight. If you hadn't gone off looking for karamu this morning, it would have never found its way here tonight. Little Rabbit frowned, but I'm the only one who didn't have anything to share. His grandma smiled. You shared your dream, Little Rabbit, and your dream brought all of our friends and neighbors together. That's a big thing. Little Rabbit felt proud. My dream did all that? Yes, and I'm not surprised though, his grandma said. Why not? Little Rabbit asked. Because I have faith in you. If you have faith, Little Rabbit, there's always hope. Oh, I'll try to remember that, Little Rabbit said, yawning. By the way, said Grandma Rabbit, snuggling him close, this was the best karamu ever. The end. That was a very cool story about Kwanzaa. Little Rabbit ended up having a great time after all. Happy Christmas, Hanukkah Mama. I am a mix of two traditions, from my daddy Christmas and Hanukkah Mama. Our tree is crowned with one shiny star, and we light 8 candles for Hanukkah. I help Mama hang stockings by the fireplace. Daddy makes latkes to leave on the mantle with milk. Grandma's recipe is Santa's favorite treat. We decorate our home for the holidays. Mama scatters golden gelt under the tree. Daddy hooks candy canes on menorah branches. I paint powder blue angels and red-nosed reindeer. They fly around our living room with the king and queen. On ribbons, my decorations hang from the ceiling. Songs for both Hanukkah and Christmas in hand, we carol to the neighbors about Maccabees and the manger. Dreidel, 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 and Silent Night, mixing music to bright smiles. I sing for both Daddy Christmas and Hanukkah Mama. In the kitchen, we prepare a festive meal. Just in time for the last night of Hanukkah, Daddy stuffs the turkey with cranberry dressing. Mama makes jelly donuts and fruit cakes for dessert. I set the table for Savta Saba Granny and aunts, uncles, and cousins. Daddy Christmas and Hanukkah Mama will sit on each end, with me in the middle. Watching snowflakes fall, we wait for family to arrive. Everyone passes under the mistletoe kissing me. Hanukkah Mama and Daddy Christmas, hello. Mountains of gifts are placed under the tree for 8 nights of Hanukkah plus Christmas Day. How lucky am I? That sounds cool. When dinner is done, the family gathers in the living room. Uncle Zachary recalls the miracle of the oil. Aunt Faith tells us about animals in the manger, waiting for the baby to be born. Wide-eyed, we listen to these traditional tales, which link us together today. Christmas morning, I cannot wait to see what is underneath the tree. With mocha eggnog lattes, Hanukkah Mama and Daddy Christmas soon join me. Daddy plays mellow holiday jazz and Mama heats up leftover potato pancakes. We take turns giving each other a final gift. After the New Year's Eve festivities, we take down the tree, unstring the lights, and pack up the menorah. I carefully place the ornaments and dreidels inside a box. Decorations go into storage for the next year. Daddy Christmas sweeps up the pine needles and Hanukkah Mama tosses wrapping paper into the recycling bin. I look forward to a new year of celebrating all the other holidays following Hanukkah and Christmas with Daddy, Mama, and me. The end. This was a very cool story about blending traditions. They celebrated both Hanukkah and Christmas. How cool is that?